The Financial Action Task Force or FATF's Recommendation 2 focuses on the importance of national cooperation and coordination mechanisms to combat money laundering, terrorist financing, and the financing of the proliferation of weapons of mass destruction. Recommendation 2 underlines the importance of a collaborative and coordinated approach at both the national and international levels to fight the bad actors in the financial system. Let us now go through all the obligations under this recommendation. Interagency frameworks. Countries are expected to establish an appropriate interagency framework for cooperation and coordination to combat money laundering, terrorist financing and proliferation financing. The framework aims to eliminate the rules and regulations that limit and sometimes hinder the execution of an effective AML/CFT framework and related policies. Designation of authority. The national interagency framework must be led by one or more authorities, which are also responsible for placing national policies and ensuring that there is cooperation and coordination among all the relevant agencies. Authorities included in the interagency framework. Depending on the nature of functions, national organizations and authorities relevant to combating money laundering, terrorist financing, and proliferation financing must be included in the interagency framework. These agencies or authorities may include the competent central government departments, for example finance, trade and commerce, home, justice and foreign affairs, law enforcement, asset recovery and prosecution authorities, Financial Intelligence Unit, Security and Intelligence Agencies, Customs and Border Authorities, Supervisors and Self-Regulatory Bodies, Tax Authorities, Import and Export Control Authorities, Company Registries, and where they exist, Beneficial Ownership Registries. Other agencies, as relevant. Mechanisms for effective operational cooperation. Facilitate the information sharing between these competent authorities should be in place for this interagency framework to execute its purpose and function smoothly. Appropriate coordination and timely sharing of information must take place between relevant domestic authorities related to AML, CFT, and CPF, both proactively and upon request. Challenges in implementing Recommendation 2. Siloed operations amongst various coordinating agencies and limited resources are typically some of the biggest challenges faced in implementing Recommendation 2. Successful interagency cooperation requires consistent legal frameworks and mechanisms to address regulatory gaps. Information sharing has to be guided by data sharing, security, and privacy guidelines. International cooperation is often hampered by jurisdictional differences and varying political will. Additionally, the evolving nature of financial crimes and rapid technological advancements require constant updates to AML/CFT strategies. Effective implementation requires harmonizing laws, enhancing training, fostering cooperation, leveraging modern technology, and continuously adapting strategies. There are numerous real-life examples of this recommendation that have been successfully implemented and are run by countries even to this day. European Financial and Economic Crime Centre, EFECC. The European Union or EU established the EFECC within Europol to strengthen the EU's response to financial and economic crimes. EFECC enhances coordination and cooperation among EU member states, facilitating the exchange of information and best practices. This centre plays a crucial role in supporting national authorities in their efforts to combat money laundering and terrorist financing.